Greek gods.
Welcome to this week's episode
Of Greek gods.
Today we'll be talking to Dom and Joshi from the band Integrity about their new album, Howling, For the Nightmare Shall Consume, now available on Relapse Records. Welcome to the show, Dom and Joshi! Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Let's get started. What are your thoughts on Medusa's new makeover?
It's pretty solid. It's a very authentic replication, I think.
Okay. What are your take on the new chariots?
Excuse me?
Chariots of fire. Changing over to chariots of solar. What's your feelings on that?
Sounds efficient. I guess. Yeah.
Now, Integrity has been a band for a long time. How would you recommend we improve traffic across the River Styx?
Are you serious? Are you serious?
Janine, again with this?
Hang on a second. Excuse me.
Offending Reptile never said this kind of garbage.
Hello. Yeah, it's me. We're here. No, we're here. We've been here since 11. We're here. We're here right now. We're on the show. He's asking all these weird questions about other Greek mythology and stuff like Zeus, I think.
Mythology?
Oh, okay. Gear gods, not Greek gods. Gear gods. Oh, that explains everything. All right, I'll take care of this. Thanks. Bye. Hey, I'll tell you this. There's been some sort of misunderstanding. I think we've been on the wrong show. I'm sorry.
Janine, you're fired!
You think you can help us get back? That was strange. Whew. All right. My name's Domenic Romeo. I play guitar in the band Integrity, and you're watching Gear Gods. First up, we have my black Mockingbird, and it's got custom lace drop and gain pickups in there. You can see the cool etching. Got the Integrity logo in there. It's pretty neat. I also have this little device here. It's called a D-Tuna. Strange name, I know, but what it does is it allows you to go back and forth between standard tuning and drop tuning. And it's just as simple as pushing it in to be in standard and pulling it out to be in drop tuning. And it's actually really cool and super useful. We got another PC Rich Mockingbird. This is a little different. It's got a fixed bridge. Keeps this around on tour or shows anytime we're playing out as a second guitar as a backup, in case there's like a string break or a tuning episode, something that's got to be resolved real quick. We got a third Mockingbird, and this is one I keep around for studio use. It's got standard pickups in it and your Floyd. What I do like about this one that's a little different than the black one is that it's not blocked, so it allows you to go in both directions and really pull those notes super far up or super down. You know, it just has a wider range of motion, which is really cool. Fender Stratocaster / Telecaster combination Frankenstein machine that my buddy Kevin from Developing Nations made for me. It appears on Integrity's record when there's a more of a single coil tone rather than a humbucker. This is my go-to for that. Another studio guitar. It's a little unusual. It's called a Power Slide, and it's made by Peavey. And anything you hear on the record that's got slide guitar is tracked on this thing. Ampeg V4 head, which is my go-to. It's my favorite head. Something I've had for quite a while, and it's really loud and powerful. It offers a really bleak, clean tone. It doesn't get any distortion or offer anything heavy, but it's just a really loud, clean sound, which you can, add a little reverb to if you felt like it. But really, it's there for the power and for the tone. It's just an amazing amp. I love it. I run it through this cabinet, which is wired to a hard 4 ohms, so it pushes it really hard. I've had this cabinet for over a decade, and I just love it. It's just really powerful, loud, just does the job. We're gonna have a look at my pedal board that I use in a live setting. Got this right here. It's all mounted to a unit that's made by a company called Voodoo Lab, and they just do awesome work. It's real convenient. Everything is mounted on there and hardwired in, but easily interchangeable at the same time. Boss tuner to start things off. Just a real solid tuner, real quick, good display. Next is the key to my tone, really. It's 5150 overdrive pedal made by MXR and modeled after Eddie Van Halen's 5150 amp. It's an amp I've used many times in my life, but always felt like it wasn't powerful enough. When I discovered they made a pedal, I came up with the idea to pair it up with the Ampeg, so you had the power of the Ampeg V4 combined with the tone of the 5150 in a box over here, and yeah, it was mission accomplished. You had that awesome 5150 crunch, and you can EQ things in just right, and then you've got the power of the V4 backing it up, which is real nice. Ivan has Tube Screamer, and that's something I like to use when we're playing songs that have clean passages that need a little bit of grit. You don't want it to be too pristine. You want to dirty it up a little bit, give it a southern rock flavor, if you will. Boss CE2 chorus, which is a old school chorus pedal. Pretty simple, doesn't really offer much control wise, but it gets the tone just right, and that's like something I like to use when just trying to make things a little prettier. I like to use the word swooshy, even though it's a little out of place, because you would think a flanger has more of a swoosh to it. It's great. It's a great chorus pedal. It's solid. It's reliable. The pulsar pedal, which is made by Electro Harmonics, and this serves one purpose on my board for the entire set, and it's when we play the song 7 Reesmuse, which features a lot of shaky chords, as I call them. Backtalk reverse delay pedal. I'm a huge fan of all things backwards music wise. I could sit and listen to backwards music all day. I love the way it sounds. I love hearing riffs backwards and come up with ideas for new riffs. If you're playing something that's not too complicated and it's not too dirtied up, you can get away with a pretty neat reverse delay effect, which is really useful. This is a DD7, one of the newest, not quite newest, but newer model. And this offers a wide range of echoes from a fast slap back, almost rockabilly type echo to more of a long drawn out delay, which is awesome. I love the versatile nature of this pedal. You can get the super space echo sound that I use at the beginning of Hymn for the Children of the Black Flame. Boss RC3 loop station. This pedal allows you to play a rhythm track and loop yourself over it, and you can just like build loops of sounds and effects while you're jamming over yourself. It's real wild. You have the ability to program 99 banks with whatever you want. It comes in handy in between songs when you're tuning, if you're trying to just make things interesting. You can have like a sample playing or a loop, or whether you want an outro or intro to the set or anything really. You just dump it into one of the banks, and once you access the bank, step on the pedal and you're in business. Next up, we're going to have a look at some of the pedals I used while recording the new Integrity album. We got the Misty Cave, which is a pedal made by Last Gasp Art Laboratories. It's a mix between a reverb and a delay with the ability to grasp on certain notes, frequencies if you will, that ring out, and control them with the expression pedals so they can dip up or down to your liking. If you want a little sample on the record, you can check out the song 7 Reesmuse.
Rising from oblivion, only to vanish once again. But you never let me down, did you?
Particle by Red Panda. It's another unusual multi-purpose delay pedal that also pitch shifts, reverses, detunes. It does a lot of crazy stuff. Honestly, it's a lot to take in. Every time I plug into it, I figure out something different to do with it that I haven't done before, and at the same time can't remember how I achieved the sound I did last time. So it's a constant adventure for me. One of my favorite tricks I was able to pull out of it on the record was something that I call the typewriter / tax calculator sound, and it's something you can hear on the title track, Howling for the Nightmare Shall Consume. We've got the Hog, which is made by Electro Harmonics. It's an organ emulator. Control all the different octaves and frequencies to make your guitar sound like an organ. I like the diversity on this pedal and how you can really just visualize where everything is going and how you want it to sound. It's really cool. And it's got an envelope filter in there as well, which is really neat. Gets things real trippy if you're so inclined. For instance, on the album there's a track called Unholy Salvation of Sabotage Zevi. That is a perfect example of what you can do with this thing. You just back up like a big glacial riff with another track with the organ effect on and bury it in the mix a little bit, and it just makes things sound really, really heavy. Digitech Space Station. A pedal that's been discontinued for many years, and while sounding dated most of the time, it offers a wide array of like string sounds, delays, alien sounds. There's stuff called like the alien pixelator or the alien ring modulator. And what I like to do with this thing is add tails to certain guitar parts on the record during I'm the Spell, right before the mosh part kicks in. Since I played bass on the record as well, this is the Bluebeard. It's a overdrive distortion fuzz pedal made by Sanford and Sonny, local friend of mine, and it's just a great pedal. It's a really dirty tone without being overwhelming. It's like kind of, I guess I would describe it as muscular. If you check out the intro to Burning Beneath the Devil's Cross. Guitar strings. Ernie Ball, skinny top, heavy bottom. They've been my go-to since I was a 13-year-old kid learning how to play, and here we are, you know, many years later, and it's still my go-to. Just perfect tone, nice and bright, they're durable. They're the best. Bass strings as well. I like to use a regular slinky for that. And that's a wrap. Be sure to check out Integrity's new album, Howling for the Nightmare Shall Consume, available now on Relapse Records. Once again, I'm Domenic Romeo, guitarist of the band Integrity, and you've been watching Dear Gods.